The ocean was quiet that day. Too quiet for the people who worked above it. The research ship floated slowly on the surface. Its engines were low. Its lights were dim. Everyone felt something strange, but no one spoke. The team was not new. They had explored deep oceans before. They had seen wrecks, old cities, and broken machines. But today felt different. Dr. Elias Morrow stood near the control screen. He watched lines move across the display. Waves of data rolled like ghosts. Then suddenly the screen changed. The signal was sharp, clear, unnatural. He leaned closer. His heart began to beat faster. This was not rock, not metal debris, not anything known. He called the others. The room filled with quiet voices. Eyes locked on the screen. The shape below the ocean floor was massive. Smooth. Perfect. Too perfect. It was buried deep underwater in time, covered by sand and stone. But its form was clear. It was not made by humans. The captain ordered silence. No messages were sent. No reports were filed. This discovery could not leak. The ship stopped moving. Machines prepared the dive. Far below, darkness waited. The submersible was small, built to survive pressure and fear. 3 humans entered it, each one trained, each one afraid. As they descended, light faded, sound vanished. Only breathing remained. The ocean closed around them. Minutes passed, then hours. The pressure grew. Metal creaked. Sweat rolled down faces. Then the light touched it. A shadow appeared. Huge. Impossible. The object rested on the ocean floor. Not broken. Not rusted. Not natural. It was a ship. Not like human ships. Not like submarines. This one had sharp lines. Angled surfaces. A shape that hurt the eyes. Green growth covered parts of it. But underneath, the metal looked alive. The submersible stopped. No one spoke. They stared. This ship was ancient. Older than human history. Older than cities. Older than memory. Dr. Elias whispered in awe, though his words were lost to the silence. The ship had no windows. No markings humans could read. It felt aware, as if it knew they were there. The scanners went wild. Energy levels spiked. Signals bounced back. The ship was not dead. Back on the surface, alarms rang softly. Screens filled with data. Leaders far away were informed. Only a few. Only the highest. Orders came quickly. Explore. Record. Do not touch. But humans always touch. The submersible moved closer. Lights scanned the surface. Symbols appeared. They glowed faintly, then faded, then returned brighter. The ship reacted to humans. Inside the submersible, fear mixed with wonder. This was proof. Proof that humans were not alone. Dr. Elias felt his mind race. Questions burned inside him. Who built this? Why here? Why now? A panel on the ship shifted. Slowly, smoothly, an opening formed. The ship invited them in. The captain hesitated. This was not planned. This was not safe. But the signal grew stronger, pulling them forward. The submersible moved closer. Closer than any human had ever gone. Inside the opening, darkness waited. Not empty, not silent. Alive, the opening closed behind them. Inside, the pressure vanished. The water was gone. Air filled the space. Human air. The submersible doors opened. The team stepped out. They stood inside an alien ship, deep beneath the ocean, inside a place not meant for humans. Lights appeared, soft blue, gentle. The walls were smooth, warm, alive to the touch. The ship was not abandoned. It was waiting. Dr. Elias felt watched, judged. A low sound filled the chamber. Not noise, not speech, a presence. Far above, the ocean remained calm. The world slept, unaware. But humanity had crossed a line. Deep under the sea, the first door had opened, and nothing would ever be the same. Inside the alien ship, time felt wrong. The team stood still. No one moved. No one breathed freely. The air was warm, clean, familiar, too familiar. Dr. Elias slowly lifted his hand. He touched the wall. It reacted. Light flowed under his fingers, like veins waking up. The ship knew them. The others stepped forward. Boots touched the floor. Soft, silent, no echo. The chamber was huge, larger than the submersible, larger than the ship above the ocean. This thing should not fit here. Yet it did. Lights followed their movement, watching, guiding. The captain tried to speak. His voice sounded weak. Nothing answered, but something listened. They walked deeper. The walls shifted slowly, changing shape, opening paths. The ship was alive. Dr. Elias felt a deep fear. Not panic, not shock, fear of being understood. They reached another chamber. This one was different. In the center stood a structure. Tall, thin, smooth. It looked like glass, but darker. Inside it, shadows moved. The scanners failed. Screens went blank. Human tech was useless here. The structure began to glow. Images filled the air. Not screens, not projections. Memories. Stars appeared. Worlds burned. Civilizations rose and fell. The team saw alien cities, vast and powerful. Then silence. Darkness. A great fear. The aliens had known something. Something terrible. Dr. Elias understood without words. This ship was not lost. It was hidden. Hidden from something worse. The images changed. Earth appeared. Small. Blue. Humans evolving. Fighting. Building. The aliens watched from afar. They studied humans. Not with love. Not with hate. With caution. The message was clear. Humans were dangerous. Creative. Violent. Unpredictable. Valuable. The ship showed wars. Human wars. Human cruelty. Then human courage. Humans standing against extinction. Against storms. Against darkness. The aliens feared humanity and needed it. The structure opened. Inside was a seat, shaped for a human. The captain froze. This was not coincidence. Dr. Elias stepped forward. The ship reacted instantly. The seat adjusted, changed, welcomed. The others tried to stop him, but the floor held them still. Dr. Elias sat. The moment he did, the ship connected. His mind flooded. Voices without sound. Knowledge without pain. He saw the truth. The aliens were gone. Not destroyed. Not killed. They had fled. Something was coming. Something that erased stars. This ship was a test. Left for one species. The species brave enough to enter. Curious enough to learn. Strong enough to survive. Humans. The ship needed a choice. Help or hide. The countdown began. Symbols appeared everywhere. Energy surged. Far above. The ocean trembled. Machines woke up. Old systems activated. The alien ship began to rise. Slowly, Dr. Elias screamed, but no sound came. The others felt fear like never before. They were not explorers anymore. They were witnesses. Back on the surface. Alarms exploded. Ships lost balance. Waves changed. Satellites picked up impossible signals. Governments panicked. The truth could not stay hidden. Inside the ship, the final message formed. Humanity had been chosen, not as rulers, not as saviors, but as survivors. The ship waited for an answer, and the ocean began to open. Dr. Elias did not know how long he had been sitting. Time had no meaning inside the ship. His body felt light. His mind felt heavy. Images continued to flow. Slow, deep. He saw stars dying, not exploding, but fading, as if erased. Entire systems vanished. Quietly. No war. No sound. Just nothing. The thing coming was not alive. Not thinking. Not cruel. It simply consumed. The aliens called it the silence. It moved through space. Through time. It erased civilizations before they could scream. Dr. Elias felt cold. Even inside the warm air. The ship showed the last days of the aliens. They were advanced. Far beyond humans. Yet they failed. Their weapons did nothing. Their shields broke. Their science meant nothing. So they ran. They hid ships across the universe. Each ship a seed. Each ship a test. Waiting for a species that could do what they could not. Adapt. The images shifted again. Humans appeared. Early humans. Weak. Slow. But stubborn. They survived ice. Fire. Disease. They fought each other. Yet never stopped moving forward. The aliens watched. They saw humans fail. Then try again. They saw humans break. then rebuild. Humans did not fear pain. They learned from it. This made the aliens afraid and hopeful. Inside the chamber, the others watched Dr. Elias. His eyes were open, but distant. Lights flickered. The ship was feeding him knowledge. Too much. Too fast. The captain tried to reach him, but the air felt thick. The ship did not allow interference. The choice had to be pure. The silence was close. The images showed its shadow, moving closer to Earth. Years away, but inevitable. Human time was short. The aliens had one final hope. Give humans a warning and a tool, but only if humans chose to fight. The ship asked no words. It asked intent. Fear filled the chamber. Dr. Elias felt it too. He felt human fear. Deep, ancient, but beneath it, something stronger. Defiance. Humans did not accept endings. He remembered Earth, the sky, the people. He remembered children laughing, cities alive. He remembered human stories. Always fighting, always standing. Inside his mind, he answered, not with words, but with will. The ship reacted violently. Energy surged through the walls. The floor shook. Alarms that were not alarms echoed. The ship accepted. The others fell to their knees. Knowledge spread through the ship. Systems unlocked. The aliens' final gift activated. The ship was not a weapon. It was a teacher. It would change humans, but at a cost. The silence would notice. Far above, the ocean roared. Waves rose. Storms formed. The ship began to move. Slowly at first, then stronger. Water pushed aside. The ancient vessel rose from the ocean floor. After thousands of years, human instruments broke. Screens went dark. Only one signal remained. The alien ship, visible to the world. Satellites captured it. News spread like fire. The truth exploded. Humans were not alone, and they were not safe. Inside the ship, Dr. Elias collapsed. The connection ended. He gasped for breath. The others rushed to him. His eyes were full of fear and fire. He spoke finally. The silence is coming. The words felt heavy. No one argued. The ship continued to rise. Toward the surface. Toward the sky. Toward destiny. This was no longer hidden. Humanity had been called, and the universe was listening. The ocean turned into a moving wall. The research ship on the surface rocked hard. Men held railings. Machines screamed. Lights flashed. Then the water opened. A huge dark shape rose slowly, like a mountain waking up, like a nightmare coming out of sleep. The alien ship broke the surface. Water fell from its body in heavy sheets. Green plants and old sea growth ripped away. And for the first time in human history, something not made by humans stood under the open sky. For a moment, the world was silent, as if the planet itself stopped breathing. Then every alarm in the human network began. Satellites saw it. Radar saw it. Ships near it saw it. Drones rushed toward it. Signals flew across oceans and borders. At first, the news called it a rare object, then a strange machine, then a secret weapon, then finally the words everyone feared. Alien ship. Phones lit up. Screens showed the same image. A dark, sharp shape rising from the sea. People watched from homes, from offices, from streets. Some cried. Some prayed. Some laughed like it was a movie. Some ran. Governments did not sleep. In safe rooms under cities, leaders stood around bright maps. They shouted. They argued. They demanded control. Military fleets moved. Aircraft lifted. Submarines took positions. Orders came fast. Contain it. Hide the truth. Own the discovery. Protect the public. But the truth was already out. Every camera in the world wanted that ship. Every channel wanted the first story. Every person wanted to know. What is it? Why now? What does it want? On the research ship, Captain Rourke stared at the alien hull. His hand shook, but he kept his voice steady. He ordered all crew to stay back, to keep distance, to wait. The sea around the alien ship was strange, calm in a wide circle, like the water respected it, like the ocean knew it was older than storms. Inside the alien ship, the team moved through the chamber. Dr. Elias was awake now, his face pale, his eyes sharp, like a man who had seen the end. He tried to explain. But words were small, and the truth was too large. The silence is coming, he said again. The others watched him. Their fear grew. They wanted proof. They wanted a reason. They wanted this to be a dream. But then the ship showed them. A new room opened. Walls slid like soft metal, and the team entered a long hall. In the center of the hall floated a dark sphere. No wires, no supports. It hung in the air, perfect and still. Light moved across its surface, like the skin of deep space. Dr. Elias stepped closer, and the sphere reacted. It showed a map of stars, thousands of them, bright points in a black sea. Then one star dimmed, then another, then another. They vanished like candles in wind. The captain understood. Those were not movies, not old records. It was happening, somewhere far away. Stars were dying. The sphere zoomed in, showed a wave of darkness, moving slowly, like a shadow spreading across a wall. It was heading toward a point marked in blue. Earth. The team felt weak, like their bones turned to water. Dr. Elias touched the sphere again, and the ship gave him more. It showed old alien faces, not clear, but enough to feel them. They looked tired, scared, running. They left messages, not to warn, but to recruit. The ship was a call for help. Humans were the last option. Outside, the world changed by the minute. News anchors shouted. People uploaded videos. Hashtags exploded. Markets crashed. Streets filled. Military jets circled above the alien ship, keeping distance, but watching. A Navy destroyer moved closer. Too close. Its captain wanted control, wanted proof of power, wanted to show the world humans were still in charge. The alien ship responded without anger, without sound. The destroyer lost power. Engines stopped. Lights died. Every screen went black. The ship did not attack. It simply refused threat. The message was clear. Humans could not force it. In government rooms, panic rose higher. Some leaders wanted to fire missiles. Some wanted to talk. Some wanted to hide. Some wanted to take the ship and lock it away forever. But a ship that could shut down a fleet could not be locked away. In the alien hall, the sphere shifted again, showing another message. A timer. Human numbers. Clear and simple. Years. Months. Days. The silence was coming, and the clock was running. Dr. Elias looked at the captain, his voice low. They did not choose us because we are kind. They chose us because we do not stop. The captain swallowed hard. Outside in the world, people started to feel it too. Not the truth. Not yet, but the weight. Like a storm in the distance. Seen but not heard. The alien ship sent a signal upward. Strong. Clean. Focused. It cut through air. Through satellites. Through space. A beam of light rose from its body, pointing at the sky. Astronomers saw it. Scientists saw it. And then something worse happened. The stars above the ship began to shift. Not move like normal sky. Not drift like Earth rotation. They changed, like a lens was opening. A doorway formed in the night. People across the world watched the sky and felt fear for the first time as one species. The doorway did not open fully, but it showed a glimpse. A dark field, cold and endless. And in that field, something moved. Slow, massive, silent. Dr. Elias backed away, his face tight. It can hear us now, he whispered, and the alien ship began to hum. Like a giant heart beating, like a weapon waking up, like a teacher preparing a lesson. The world stood on the edge, between fear and fight, and in the ocean, under the rising light. Humanity realized the truth. The discovery was not a gift. It was a warning, and the war had already started. The world did not sleep that night. Cities stayed awake. Lights burned. Screens glowed. People stood on rooftops, in fields, on beaches, all eyes on the sky. The doorway above the ocean did not close. It stayed, quiet, watching. Astronomers tracked it. Scientists argued. Priests prayed. But no one could explain what waited beyond. Inside the alien ship, the hum grew stronger. Not loud, not violent, steady, like a drum before battle. Dr. Elias stood with the others, his legs weak, his mind sharp. He felt the ship listening. Not to words, but to thought. The sphere returned to life. New images formed. Humans across history, standing against impossible odds. Humans facing fire, facing storms, facing extinction. Humans losing, then standing again. The ship showed humans as they truly were. Not peaceful, not perfect, but relentless. The aliens had seen this. They had watched humans survive what should have ended them. The silence had destroyed species smarter than humans, stronger than humans. But those species waited. They hid. They hoped. Humans never waited. They fought the dark, even when they did not understand it. The ship wanted to know one thing. Would humans still fight? Now that they knew, Dr. Elias felt the question press into his mind. Fear rose, deep and sharp. He thought of panic on Earth, of leaders arguing, of missiles and blame. He feared humans would turn on each other. Then the images changed. It showed humans helping, rescuing, standing together. It showed strangers protecting strangers. It showed courage in chaos. The ship did not see nations. It saw species. Outside the alien ship, military command centers buzzed. Orders crossed, contradicted, collapsed. Some generals demanded attack. Some demanded retreat. We must show strength. One voice shouted, we must not provoke it. Another answered. Above them all, the doorway shifted slightly. The darkness beyond pulsed. Not closer, not farther. Waiting. Deep space sensors picked up something new. A ripple, far beyond the solar system. The silence had noticed. Inside the alien ship, the timer changed. Numbers moved faster. Time was no longer on human side. Dr. Elias spoke quietly. It knows we see it now. The captain nodded. It always knew. It just did not care. The alien ship responded to the ripple. Energy flowed through its structure. Systems humans could not name activated. The ship was not attacking. It was preparing. Outside the ship, a fleet of human vessels formed a wide circle. They kept distance, but weapons were ready. Nervous fingers rested on triggers. The alien ship did nothing. Then suddenly, every human screen changed. Phones, computers, televisions. One message appeared everywhere. No sound, no text, only an image. Earth, small, alone. Then a second image. The darkness, vast, unstoppable. Then a third. Humans, standing. The message was simple. This was not about governments, not about power. This was about survival. Panic slowed. People watched and understood. This was real. This was not an invasion. It was a warning. Inside the alien ship, the final chamber opened. The team entered. This room was different. Raw. Unfinished. It was empty except for one thing. A human-shaped platform. The ship needed more than one mind. It needed a bond. The captain stepped forward. Others followed. One by one. The ship accepted them. Their minds connected. Not merged, but aligned. They felt Earth. Felt humanity. They felt fear. Rage. Hope. They felt billions of voices. The ship was learning. And so were they. The aliens had failed because they were unified. Too perfect. Too ordered. When their leaders fell, they followed. Humans were different. Chaos was their strength. Even if leaders fell, humans would still fight. The ship saw the answer. Outside the doorway pulsed again. This time closer. The darkness shifted, as if tasting. Inside the ship, Dr. Elias screamed. Not in pain, but in realization. It is afraid. The others felt it too. The silence had never faced resistance. It erased. It consumed. But humans would not hide. The ship changed course. Its hull shifted. Its shape sharpened. It was becoming something new. Not alien. Not human. Both. The ship spoke through systems. Through screens. A voice without sound. But clear. Humans are not chosen. Humans choose. Around the world, people felt it. Not heard. Felt. A pressure in the chest. A fire in the blood. Fear turned to resolve. The alien ship began to rise higher. Above the clouds. Above the doorway. Human aircraft pulled back. They watched. The ship aimed itself toward the darkness. It was not running. It was meeting it. The silence moved. Slow. Massive. Two forces now aware of each other. The universe held its breath. Inside the ship, the humans stood together. Not soldiers, not leaders, survivors. Dr. Elias smiled through fear. "This is where we start," he said, and for the first time, since the stars began to die, the darkness hesitated. The alien ship moved like a silent spear through the sky. It climbed above storms, above clouds, above fear. From the ground, people watched, small human eyes staring at something too big for the mind. Some called it the Ark. Some called it the doomed ship. Some called it hope. It did not matter. What mattered was that it was moving toward the doorway, toward the darkness beyond. Inside the ship, the humans felt weightless. Gravity shifted. Time stretched. The walls glowed with calm light. Like the ship was steady, even if the world was not. Dr. Elias stood near the center, his hands trembling, his face hard. Captain Rourke stood beside him, silent, focused. The others stayed close. Scientists, engineers, one medic. Not heroes in stories, just humans caught in a moment that demanded more. The ship spoke again through feeling. A map formed in the air. It showed the solar system. Then, the dark wave. Then a thin line between them. The line was the ship, the only shield Earth had. Outside, the doorway expanded. It looked like a hole in the night, but it was not empty. It was a window into a place where light was weak. The silence drifted there like a shadow on water. It was close enough now that instruments screamed again. Close enough that human bones felt it. A pressure, a cold, a deep, wrong feeling. Some on Earth fainted without knowing why. In command centers, leaders watched screens, hands shaking, voices breaking. There was no plan for this. Humans had weapons, but weapons were made for things that could bleed, things that could fear pain. The silence was not that. It was hunger without mouth. It was ending without reason. Inside the ship, a new system unlocked. The walls opened, revealing objects like metal seeds. Dozens of them, floating in perfect lines. Dr. Elias understood without learning words. These were tools, not missiles, not bombs. Keys. Each seed carried a signal, a pattern, a human pattern. The alien ship was teaching humans how to speak to the darkness. Not with sound, but with structure. Not with anger, but with force. Captain Rourke looked at Dr. Elias. His eyes asked a question. Dr. Elias answered softly. The aliens try to fight like one mind. The silence learned them and erased them. We will fight like humans. Unpredictable. The ship agreed. It showed a memory. An alien fleet facing the darkness. Perfect lines. Perfect order. Perfect death. Then it showed humans. Small groups. Scattered. Changing. Adapting. The ship believed humans could do what the aliens could not. Not because humans were stronger, but because humans could become different while still moving forward. The alien ship pushed through the doorway. For a moment, everything turned black. No stars. No Earth. No up or down. Then the view opened. A wide, cold space filled the window. A sea of darkness where distant lights looked weak. And there it was, the silence. It did not have a shape like a ship. It was a field, a moving stain, a storm that ate the idea of light. It drifted toward them, slow, certain, like it had never met a wall. Dr. Elias felt fear slam into him, but he held it. He did not run. Captain Rourke took a deep breath and placed his hand on the central panel. The ship responded instantly. The metal seeds spread out from a ship, flying in many directions, not in a line, not in a pattern that could be guessed. They moved like a swarm of angry stars. Each seed began to glow faintly. Then the ship sent a pulse, a human pulse. Not words, not images. A pattern of chaos turned into purpose. The seeds formed a shifting net, always changing, always moving. The net was not made to trap. It was made to confuse. For the first time, the silence slowed. The field shimmered, as if it was thinking, not fear, but calculation. It had to decide, consume the seeds, or move around them. It moved forward, and the first seed vanished. Gone, erased. The humans flinched, but the net changed, closed, reformed. Another seed vanished, then another. The silence was learning. But humans were learning faster. Dr. Elias shouted without sound, his mind pushing against the ship. Change the rhythm. Break it. Make it ugly. The ship obeyed. The net pulsed in uneven waves, like a heart with wild beats. The silence faltered again. This time the field flickered, not from damage, but from confusion. The silence could erase what it could predict. Humans refused to be predictable. Captain Rourke stared into the dark, his jaw tight. He felt the weight of billions behind him. He felt the history of humans burning in his chest. He thought of every time humans had stood against something bigger. Every time humans had said no. He pushed his will into the ship. Not today. The alien ship opened another system. A chamber filled with light. Not bright, but sharp. The ship revealed its final gift. A core. A human-shaped core. It was not meant for aliens. It was meant for humans. Dr. Elias understood the terrible truth. The ship could become a weapon, but it needed a human cost. A mind would have to stay inside forever. To guide it. To keep it changing. To keep it wild. A human would have to become the ship's heart. The medic began to cry silently. The engineers stared in shock. Captain Rourke looked at Dr. Elias. Dr. Elias shook his head slowly. It should be me, he said. The captain refused with his eyes. Dr. Elias stepped toward the core. He was afraid, but his fear was clean. He was not dying for glory. He was choosing because humans choose. He looked back at the team. Tell them we fought. Tell them we did not hide. He stepped into the core. Light wrapped around him. The ship shuddered, then became still. Dr. Elias felt himself stretch into the systems, into the metal, into the power. He felt the silence moving again. He did not panic. He changed. He made the ship unpredictable. He made it human. The metal seeds became thousands. The net became a storm, a living, moving wall. The silence pushed forward, and for the first time it met resistance that did not break. It erased, but the net returned. It consumed, but the ship adapted. The silence tried to learn, but humans were chaos with a purpose. The darkness began to pull back, not retreating in fear, but failing to win. Earth watched the doorway glow, then dim. The stars stopped fading. For now, inside the ship, Dr. Elias felt his mind fading too. But he held one last thought. Humans are small, but humans do not stop. The ship sent a final message back to Earth. Simple, clear. We are still here. And the doorway closed. The sky returned to normal. The ocean calmed. And the world finally breathed again. Far out in the cold dark, the alien ship drifted. Not lost, not hidden, guarding, waiting, ready, because humanity had stepped into the universe. And the universe had learned a new rule. Humans fight back.